Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to your English class. I'm Miss Jocelyn Flores, and in the lesson of today, we're going to continue working with the simple present, but we're going to add another content that is going to be very helpful for you. So, let's start. I am going to remember you that we are in unit number 6, and the name of this unit is He Doesn't Want to Play Soccer. So today we're going to work with question words or WH question plus the simple present. Let's start with the presentation. Okay, as you can see here we have a dialogues. We have two dialogues. We have a questions and an answer. And it says, when does the movie start? And the answer is at 9 o'clock. So today I am going to use the highlighter. And I am going to highlight the word that we're going to use today, or the kind of the words that we're going to use today. So we're going to focus on this kind of words that start with W and H. All those words have those letters. And we're going to use the simple present to create these words or these questions. So let's start. Here we have a box. As you can see, we're going to start with the first word. We have the first word that is what. What do you do on the weekends? Let's go with the second one. Where does he teach? Number 3, when do we have math? Number 4, what time does she start school? And finally, the last question is, how do you spell that? Okay, so we're going to start now with the translation in Spanish in order to you understand a little bit better. So the first question is, what do you do? What do you do on weekends? This kind of word, the word what in Spanish, it means qué. O puede ser también dependiendo cuál. ¿Qué es lo que haces los fines de semana? Let's go with number 2. We have the word where does he teach? The word where is always referring to a place. Okay, so in Spanish this will be la palabra where significa en español dónde y siempre está relacionada a un lugar físico. Okay, let's go with the third one. It says, when do we have math? Could be, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, or Friday. So this is referring to time, okay? Maybe not on a specific time. Tenemos la palabra when, que significa, hace referencia al tiempo. En español significa cuándo. ¿Cuándo tenemos las clases de matemáticas? Refiere a tiempo, pero no un tiempo en específico. Number 4, what time does she start school? These two words express time too, but a specific time, okay? La palabra what time también se refiere al tiempo, pero ahora sí a un tiempo en específico. ¿A qué hora ella comienza el colegio? And finally, the word how do you spell that, is referring to the way that you do some things. Tenemos la palabra how, que en español vendría siendo básicamente el cómo. ¿Cómo tú deletreas eso? Okay, here we have a rule box. Says we form questions with question word plus subject plus base form. We're going to use do or does. It's very, very important. Para formar preguntas, ya vamos a utilizar las palabras con WH question, que son las palabras con WH. Luego de eso inmediatamente va a ir un do o un does, dependiendo el pronombre personal que está acá, y luego la base o el verbo en su forma base. Okay, here we have a warning. Watch out. We can use who in simple present questions, okay? Like, for example, who do you have English lessons with? Remember that the word who is referring to a person. Recuerden que la palabra who hace referencia a una persona. ¿Con quién tú tienes clases de inglés? Okay, here we have two examples. When do you do your homework, or where do you live? This is a very famous question. Where do you live? I live in Santiago de Chile. I don't know, for example. Try to remember that this kind of words is always try to infer information. It's not a yes or no. Traten de recordar que cuando nosotros ocupamos what, where, when, que son palabras con WH, nosotros vamos a utilizarlas para extraer información, no para contestar sí o no. Okay, here we have some examples, some exercise. We have the first one, says complete the question with question word. The only thing that I need is try to identify which question word could be in the sentence. Let's see the example, says, do you live? Of course, that is where. Let's go with number one. Says, time does Emma finish school? You have this keyword, time. Okay, perfect. What time does Emma finish school? Let's go with number two. Do we have art at 10 o'clock? What will be the answer? When? Okay, perfect. Number three. Do you say thank you in Spanish? Try to remember, it's very similar to spell that. How? Very good. ¿Cómo dices thank you en español? Number four. Does Maria come from? It's referring to a place, so we're going to use excellent, where. Number five. Does Jane do in his free time? What? Perfect. Number six. Does the game start? It's referring to time. You have to pay attention to that. When does the game start? Perfect. And finally, number seven, do you make a cake? How do you make a cake? Okay, very good. Let's go with the second exercise. Okay, here the instruction says complete the dialogue with questions. Lo único que debemos hacer es completar el diálogo con preguntas, obviamente utilizando question word más un presente simple. Let's see the example. What do you do after school? I play tennis. You have to pay attention to the answer too, to try to find the correct question. So in number two, we have tennis at the sports center. You're referring to a place, so you have to know that you have to use where. So where do you play tennis? At the sports center. Let's go with number three, your homework. Let's see the answer. When do you do your homework? At about 6 o'clock. Let's go with number four. What time do you have dinner? At 8 o'clock. Perfect. Number five, try to think it's related to time too. It says to bed at 10 o'clock. What time do you go to bed? At 10 o'clock. And finally, it's referring to time too. And this is a little bit more difficult because you don't have words in this question. So, when does school start? School starts at 8 o'clock. Okay, perfect. Okay, boys and girls, I hope that you understand everything. And remember, if you have doubts, if you have questions, you can ask all those doubts and questions in the online classes. I am going to be very glad to help you with that. And I hope that you have a great day, a great week also. And kisses for you. Bye bye, kids.